Right, I hope you guys can see me alright and this camera doesn't fall down. I'm trying to suit a new, when I moved into this new flat, the guy left me a ring light, so I'm just trying that out and seeing what it's like. Topic of this video is about binge watching YouTube, and you'll see from the title that it's something I want to encourage to you. And you might not have heard another YouTuber say that, obviously, like, oh, watch my channel and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm not trying to promote this channel specifically, I just mean in general for your self-improvement. It's a great way that many people get started in their self-improvement journey, and I've not actually seen any videos about this, so I thought this was actually very worthwhile for me to go into and divulge on a wee bit more. And it's the kind of idea that I'll use like a savings account analogy or a financial sort of way of kind of describing it. When you want to, like, this is the attitude I've got with money at the moment, is I want to save up like a massive sort of lump sum of money so that I can then start making big financial moves, buying assets and such that I can invest in and move forward and upgrade my life as and when I need to. I've got a friend who's done this recently and it's worked amazingly for him. And it's the same thing with binge watching YouTube. You want to sort of build up a massive foundation of knowledge and wisdom, and then once you've got that, then you actually have all the sort of knowledge that you need to start your self-improvement, and you can start implementing these things into your life, into your routines. I've got like a massive sort of list that I've wrote here notes wise in terms of what to cover for this video, but the main premises here I've kind of wrote down is you need to gather all this information. A lot of like just self-improvement stuff or awareness from self-improvement people will get from YouTube or from Instagram or something. They'll see it online while they're just scrolling through shit, and they might click on it, they might not, but if you're watching this video you obviously know about self-improvement. So the way that I've learned a lot of things and been inspired to do self-improvement was through YouTube. That's where I first kind of came across it with Andrew Kirby. I've spoke about this before. And the idea of wanting to build something better for yourself and create the man you want to be, become financially free, become great with your relationships, look after your family, have good mental health, all benefits self-improvement. You'll know this already. The way I kind of got a lot of the actual knowledge and steps on how to do these things, and some of the advice I've given here and ingrained into my schedule, my life, has been through the amount of YouTube videos that I watch. And it's kind of counterintuitive because it's like YouTube is procrastination. As much as I knew this, I would kind of be in that trap of, oh yeah, but YouTube's productive because I'm learning things and it's going to help me in my life. A lot of the time it was just a way of procrastinating. I do realise that if I didn't do that, I wouldn't actually be so far along as I am now. If I kind of just gradually built things up, it would probably, I may be at the same process, but because I learned all this stuff from binge watching YouTube, from reading books and all of this stuff, and then you kind of get to the point where you don't feel like you're learning anything new or anything that's significant. You'll get to a point where the lessons that you learn are stuff that you only really realise once you've started implementing things, and it'll kind of come to a natural sort of halt where you realise, right, time to start. And then you get into your self-improvement, you'll realise like the first 2 months, yeah, it might be hard because you've not done it before, but you're going to make so much progress in those 2 months because you've got all of this knowledge, because you know all the stuff that you need to implant into your life, all the things that you need to start building. And it's not to say self-improvement becomes easier, but it just happens a wee bit quicker when you already have this prerequisite knowledge. Oh, my vocabulary. I've wrote a lot of notes here, but honestly I've kind of covered off what I need to say. I think I've just got a wee list here of YouTube channels that you should check out, and these are good ones to binge watch and get a lot of your information, as the ones that I used, and I'll put them up on screen as well so you don't have to just remember the ones that I say, and I'll link them in the description. So we've got Hamza, I've spoke about him loads before. he's really great in terms of self-improvement. He tells you the stories of where he came from, being a complete degenerate, and how he got into self-improvement, where he is now. It's just absolutely amazing to see. You got First Man, who's similarly, he talks about where he was before, and he talks more about the life that he wants to build for himself, and the life set up, the male advantage, where he says basically you put in all this work in your 20s, and then your 30s and your 40s and 50s become play, because you've got the finances, you got the looks, you got your physique, and just building up across the board. The straight 7 system, he calls it. So rather than being like a 1 out of 10 finances but a 10 out of 10 looks, you got like 7 on looks, 7 finances, 7 knowledge, you got 7 on languages. I don't know, like, just become better than average on multiple facets. That's his sort of philosophy, and I think it's really good that you, as a young man, you watch these videos and get that knowledge into your brain. You got Andrew Kirby, who's really good in terms of his wealth creation stuff, and gives it realistic, so he kind of like processes everything that he's used and gives you advice in terms of like, oh, this is what someone said, but this is how I found it worked out, and this is how I used it better, such things like that. You've got Ali Abdallah, who's more about his productivity and stuff, which I think, because his videos I feel like are very digestible, it's very good to get a lot of knowledge from his channel very quickly, and it's quite easy to watch, so you'll be able to get through a bit of that. Cole Hastings, I just like the way his videos are set up. It's very cinematic, and it's very knowledgeable, and it's very to the point. He'll make a 10-minute video about one point, and he'll go really in depth with that, and I really like that about him. Better Ideas, a guy called Joey, he's similar to that, but he'll maybe have like 5 things or something, but he lays it out quite well. He maybe doesn't go into so much depth as some of the other channels do, but I think he's very good just to get you started on the knowledge, and then you can dive deeper into the separate topics, and you'll probably find videos from these other guys. And the last one will be Daily Stoic. So this is Ryan Holiday, a guy who writes Obstacle is the Way, Ego is the Enemy, and Stillness is the Keys, that Trystan, and then he also has the Daily Stoic book and many other ones about Stoicism. But Stoic philosophy is all about controlling what's within your control and kind of learning how to let go of the things that aren't, and it's just a very good mindset and philosophy to carry into life. And if you learn the core principles of Stoicism, I think it'll transform your life. So I hope that video was useful to you. Start binge watching YouTube as soon as you leave this, but like and subscribe on my channel first before you forget about me. See you guys in the next video.